I'm still processing what happened today, and I suspect many of you will be too when you hear the full story. What we witnessed in that courtroom wasn't just another Trump outburst. This was something far more dangerous, far more revealing about where we are as a country. According to multiple witnesses in the room, including credentialed journalists and legal observers, Donald Trump literally screamed at the judge, "I am above the law." Now, the exact words may vary slightly depending on which source you consult, but the message was crystal clear, and it should terrify every American who believes in the rule of law. Let me be very clear about what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to walk you through what happened, step by step. I'm going to explain why this matters so much, and I'm going to connect this to a pattern of behavior that we've been documenting for years now. Because this isn't an isolated incident. This is who Donald Trump has always been. To understand the full weight of what happened today, we need to understand the context. This hearing was supposed to be routine. Trump's legal team had filed yet another motion to dismiss, yet another delay tactic in what has become a familiar playbook. The judge, who has shown remarkable patience throughout these proceedings, was simply ruling on procedural matters, but Trump, as he so often does, couldn't help himself. He couldn't sit quietly while his expensive lawyers did their job. He had to make it about him. He had to turn a legal proceeding into a spectacle. And in doing so, he revealed something that many of us have suspected all along. Donald Trump genuinely believes he is above the law. Now, I know some of you watching might be thinking, come on, this is just Trump being Trump. He says outrageous things all the time. Why should we take this seriously? And that's exactly the attitude that got us here. We've normalized the abnormal. We've become desensitized to behavior that would have ended any other political career decades ago. But let me tell you why today was different. This wasn't a rally. This wasn't a Truth Social post. This wasn't even a press conference where he could walk away without consequences. This was inside a courtroom in front of a federal judge with court reporters documenting every word. This was Trump looking directly at a representative of the American justice system and declaring himself beyond its reach. Let me take you through what actually happened. Based on the accounts we have, the judge was explaining a ruling, speaking in that measured, careful way that judges do. Trump's attorney was standing, presumably about to respond, when Trump suddenly stood up himself. Witnesses say his face was red, his voice was raised to the point of shouting, and he pointed at the judge. "I am above the law." According to several people in the room, he repeated it, not once, but multiple times. "I am above the law. You can't do this to me." The judge, to his credit, immediately called for order. Trump's lawyers were visibly panicked, trying to get their client to sit down, to be quiet, to stop making things worse. But here's what really gets me. After the initial outburst, after his lawyers finally got him seated, Trump sat there with his arms crossed, glaring at the judge. No remorse, no recognition that he had just committed what could be considered contempt of court. Just defiance, pure, unfiltered defiance. The judge, and again, I have to commend this judge for his restraint, took a 10-minute recess. When they returned, the judge issued a stern warning. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the courtroom is a place where the law applies equally to everyone, regardless of their position or past positions they may have held. He said that any further outbursts would result in serious consequences. Now, let's talk about what this really means. When Trump screamed, "I am above the law," he wasn't just having a bad day. He wasn't just frustrated. He was articulating a worldview that he has held his entire life. This is a man who has spent 70-plus years believing that rules don't apply to him, that money and power insulate him from consequences, that he can say anything, do anything, and face no repercussions. And you know what? For most of his life, he's been right. He's dodged creditors, skirted regulations, settled lawsuits, and moved on to the next scheme. He became president despite, or perhaps because of, behavior that would disqualify anyone else. He incited an insurrection and faced no immediate criminal charges, He took classified documents to his golf club and claimed they were his personal property. Every time he's gotten away with something, it has reinforced this belief. Every time the system has failed to hold him accountable, he's become more brazen. And now we're here in a courtroom watching him declare openly what he's always believed privately, that he is above the law